The one thing leaders have to do, they have to be vulnerable by design. Vulnerability is a great sign of a great leader. You have to be willing to say, hey, I effed up. And this is how I effed up. The reason why I'm telling you, not so you can go and Google me, I'm telling you so you can know I'm a real person. I'm not just a robot up here telling you everything just so you can do it and you have to do it. I'm telling you because I want to relate and connect with you. I got to tell you the truth. I messed up. I'm human. I've made failures. Right? And a lot of us are not willing to even talk about what the real part of you. If you want someone to connect with you on those one-on-one moments, if you want someone to follow you, even when it gets hard, you got to let them know that you're the real deal. And the real deal is not just about the accomplishments or the accolades or the trophies that you got. The real deal is about, hey, how I failed and messed up. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you, just so you know not how to mess up yourself. I got to tell you the truth. The truth is I've failed many times. Right? As a leader, I opened a business right here in this same town, and I had 30 plus employees. And I had no business being in that business. But I thought it was a money-making opportunity. I dove in, I gave my money, I built the whole place, and we had 30 plus employees. And in 8 weeks, I had 30 plus employees trying to find me to kill me because I couldn't pay them. Right? I failed because, not because I didn't want to pay them, because I didn't have the money to pay them. Because the company that I contracted with didn't pay us and all this craziness. And here I was. Remember Ron? Ron provided all the computers. Ron's a true friend. He's been through the highs and lows. Right? Remember that, Ron?
Remember it well. It was sad.
It was a heartbreaking thing. And my life was turned upside down. And it wasn't because I lost money, but because now I had let down 30 people. And they didn't care the story. They didn't care what the real facts were. They cared about what? Them getting paid. And so here's my failure. I'm telling you, wide open. I failed leading a business before. Big time. Right? And I would like to think that it wasn't contributed to just me, but I tell you the truth. The truth is I've had no business being in that business. Right, Ron? Nothing. No business being in that business. So that was my mistake, and that was my responsibility, and I take on that responsibility still to this day. So my point is, guys, hey, I hadn't always won. I haven't always been successful.
A+ for effort.
A+ for effort, right?
You learn from it.
Ron made more money in that venture than I did. So I felt too, you have to be vulnerable as a leader and tell the truth about who you are. Be open. Confess your mess. Wait a minute, Frank. I don't want everybody to know everything. Now, maybe there is a limitation to what you want to share, okay? But you have to let people know that you're real. And the best way to do that is to tell them the truth about your failures too, your mistakes. You got to let them know, hey, I'm just like you. I bleed just like you. I make mistakes like you, just like you, right? Tell the truth about you. And the other thing, when you're vulnerable with people, you're actually letting them know that they're not alone. And that's one of the main needs every person has, is they don't want to be alone. We rose our hand in here and said, we love to be appreciated. We love to be in a togetherness. We love being on a team, right? We prefer being on the winning team. We prefer hitting the ball out of the park every time, right? But the problem with that is sometimes, in order to win, sometimes you got to lose. And a lot of us don't understand that people don't want to be alone. If you can just connect with them and be real with them and be vulnerable with them and say, look, this is how I struggled. This is what I did. Don't do that. Let me show you how you can do it right, or let's get in this together. Then what you're doing is you're saying, hey, you're not alone. We're in it together, okay? In it to win it, leaders, man. Leaders make mistakes. They take responsibility. They own it, right? I try to own my mistakes as quick as possible because there's no need to let it drag out, right? We got to own our mistakes. We got to be real people.